What is going on, everybody? AyeMontie here with another episode, another edition of Hey Chill, It's Just a Podcast. And it's been a while since I've been here. Honestly, it's been a while since I've been on. Not too long, honestly, but I've been doing a lot of other things. We've been doing the rap roulette, we've been doing a lot of sessions, making a lot of beats, making a lot of progression, doing shit like that. But we're here, and we're moving and grooving, man. And we got not our typical, Tay's here, she's typical, but Ed's not here. But we have T. Welcome back, T.
Ed. What's going on?
Worked out.
What's going on?
Yeah, man, chilling, man. Anyway. All right, well, we have special guests in the building. No, boy. We have special guests in the building. Jefe Beats and Kuatro Kash. What's up, fellas?
What's going on with y'all, man? How y'all doing?
Chilling, man. Chilling, man. Tay, what's up? I ain't even say hey to you. What's up?
Sound like somebody at the door.
They're officially not my problem anymore. So now they're out there, and now we're in here and doing this, and I ain't getting up, goddammit. So we're here with another week, and we're just gonna be talking to Jefe and Kuatro Kash here about some of the music, what they got up and coming, and really get to know them, because I mean, this is gonna be really our first interactions, like full interactions here. So I'm really just gonna be asking some questions. Y'all really know how it goes over here. So first things first, introduce yourselves, man. Like, let's get everybody like a general introduction of who you are.
Okay, bet. I'll go first, man. Listen, I go by the name of Jefe Beats. I'm a producer, A&R songwriter from Virginia Beach. I've been doing music since about 2017. So, you know what I'm saying, going on, or just about 8 years. And I started this album compilation series basically for Virginia. It started off as Who is Jefe Beats. And basically I had the idea late 2021, early 2022, where I had a lot of beats that I made that I felt like were good and really just needed an artist to get on them. And so instead of waiting on the artist to put out beats, and because, you know, I was sending out beats to artists and stuff like that, but sometimes that process can be a little bit slow, you know what I'm saying, waiting on the artist to put it out. So I really just wanted to take control and really start building a catalog and a legacy. So I started this album series where basically it's all my production. I have one engineer that I work with, made by AK, my boy Chris. He does all my mixing and mastering. And just wanted the idea to bring Virginia together, and not just the 757, the 804 too. So I'm working with like Richmond artists and artists in Petersburg, and just really trying to stretch out and show the world what Virginia can do. You know what I'm saying? Not just in the area, but, you know what I'm saying, like I said, further, 804 too. So I started off with Who is Jefe Beats 1 in 2022. Then I went on to the second one the next year, Who is Jefe Beats 3 last year. And then I just dropped my next project, I Am Jefe Beats, May 23rd. It's available everywhere. It's the fourth installation in this series before I start my next one. So I'm really just trying to, like I said, bring Virginia together, showcase, you know, what producers can do. You know what I'm saying? We not just, you know, artists that make the beats. We can also be the artist that's in the forefront. So by me putting it under Jefe Beats, I'm creating a legacy for my producer and my production, and just like, you know, owning my masters and all that good stuff that people don't really talk about. So like later in life, when I want to sync out my placements to, like, you know, TV and video games and movies and shit like that, like I have full control to do that. So just thinking about the future, really, and really just trying to have fun with it at the same time, man. So that's just
for your beats. Because you said you've been executive producing these projects. So
yes, sir.
You're making the beats, and then you have your engineer. You're finding the artists. Like,
yeah.
What's your process of doing that? Like, how are you scoping out the artists?
So usually that's either Instagram, or like I'm involved in a lot of local shows, a lot of local events, whether it be like rap concerts or like you know, places where they're doing like performances, or like vendors, clothes and stuff like that. So any type of music event.
Link Creative.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Link Creative.
Exactly.
Are you on the link?
Yeah, I'm on the link. Yeah, I'm gonna be there tomorrow. Shout out Gabby, man. Shout out the Link for having me.
Yeah, right.
Me and Kuatro will be there tomorrow, making our appearances, and, you know what I'm saying, talking about I Am Jefe Beats. But yeah, man, just been trying to have as much fun as possible with it, and just trying to do something different, man. Just stand out for the producers, bro.
Damn right. And how, like, what made you, like, say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and find these artists, like, instead of either rapping yourself or just trying to just wait? Like, what made you just be like, you know, nah, I'm gonna go find some motherfucking psych?
So I just felt like not a lot of producers were doing it, and I felt like it would set me apart. But also I just like the whole process of finding an artist, and then, you know, getting them to record, and then going through a mixer and mastering the beats, and like uploading the music to streaming platforms, and putting the lyrics, and just doing everything. I had fun with it, and then really just decided, like, from going to the different events, like, I'm gonna just do something different, and I'm gonna put together like basically a compilation album. Like I said, of different artists, like where it's not just one vibe. You get a taste of everything. You get rap, you get trap, you get boom bap, you get R&B, trap soul.
Definitely.
So I like to give people a taste of everything on the albums, not just one sound, so everybody can find just a couple that they really love.
Yeah.
And that's really my goal with it. It's not
Diversity, that's cool.
yeah, just make it variety. So you know what I'm saying? There's songs up there that you can vibe to, ride to, or there's some stuff that you can turn up to.
Yeah.
So it's just got all different energy levels, and really just try to keep it, you know what I'm saying, just really fun. And I don't really give the artist too much direction. You know what I'm saying? They hear the beats, and we just kind of go from there. And I let them kind of do them, because like when I find these artists, obviously I see something special in them, something different in them. So I'm not trying to contain what they do. I'm not trying to put them in a box. But I just want to, you know what I'm saying, work with them with my production and my sound. Yeah. And then it always comes out great, man, because when I explain to the artist what's going on and what we trying to do for Virginia, I feel like every artist always comes with great verses, great hooks, great energy, and really just trying to put on for the city, for the area, man. So it's dope every year. And I drop it on my birthday every year. This year is a little bit later, but it's like a present to myself every year. Like, yo, I want to do something dope and different. And then obviously with all the different artists and all the different fan bases, like, you know what I'm saying, this artist fan base going to connect with this artist fan base, and it's just like a collage of different networks that's really joining together. So
Yeah.
at the same time, it's dope, and it's a great opportunity for everybody involved. You feel me?
Yeah. And it's dope to have producers going out and putting the efforts to put the city out, you know, like put
Right.
the city out. And there's a lot of producers, you know, we're cooped up in the studio, man, and we're cooped up in our own worlds. And you know, there's a lot of really dope artists out here, and I feel like a lot of us are really just like iffy on giving people shots and chances and opportunities and stuff like that. We shouldn't be, like, you know, opening up our beats to people, you know, more, and working with people and creating great opportunities and stuff like that. Just like earlier today, that's kind of what I wanted to do, just kind of present an opportunity to just the people who are here, you know. So that was cool. So we'll get back more into that.
Okay.
I'll talk to Kuatro a little bit, man. Tell me a little bit about you, bro.
Kuatro Kash, Big Four. I'm a artist, engineer. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. I'm in the 757 now. I'm talented as hell. I link with Jefe Beats. Shout out the 18 show. Shout out to the 18.
Yeah, shout out 18. Shout out Blacko, Booger, Trey.
And just outside of music, I think he's genuinely a great person, and
Love, bro.
is always there for music, and that opens me up to anything he has to say about music or think about music, and just really appreciate him as a artist and a person though.
How did you guys link up?
I met him at an 18 show.
18 worldwide, 757. It's like a collective.
Yeah, we had them on before, yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, man. Dope.
I'm 24. I get around, and if I'm not around, you're gonna see me around soon.
Hey, you're doing the engineer, right?
Yeah, I engineer as well.
What got you interested in doing that?
Self-sufficiency. I don't like waiting on people.
Facts.
So just outside of like the studio budget and et cetera, I really just wanted to be able to wake up in the morning and make a song.
Yeah.
Make a song right before I go to sleep.
Yeah.
Try different ideas without being on somebody else's, not leash, but whim, I would say.
Yeah, right.
Just really diving into the music, just understanding that there's so many different parts and pieces of music to be a part of, that to limit myself and say that I'm just gonna write words and say them on top of beats is kind of ludicrous.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I got into engineering for that reason, but also because I didn't want to pay for studio time.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Like, that was like one of the biggest things, was like, if I'm gonna do, because I was rapping first, right? And like, I started doing the beats because our engineer at the time was just like, you gotta own your beats and you gotta have ownership of all your shit. So I was like, all right, cool. So I started making the beats, and they were terrible at first, but then like we got the mixing and mastering from our guy then, and I just wasn't satisfied. I wanted like a more modern sound. So I started learning how to do that shit. But then, like, opposed to that, I was like, yeah, I gotta really learn, because I'm not trying to pay all this money I have never paid for studio time before, ever.
Wow.
So like, I've like, it's just, that was one of the things, because I was just like, yeah, if I'm making music, damn, that's gonna cost mad money. I'd rather learn how to figure out how to make money from this shit. Like, what's the easiest way I can make money from doing music? Oh, everybody needs studio time. Everybody need beats.
Yeah. Fact.
That's gonna be it. So that was definitely my gateway, and you know,
Respect. I love that, bro. I love that.
yeah. So what got you like interested in the music? Like we'll start over here, but what got you interested in the music, like itself?
I would say my sister. I was always like around music a lot, just from it being played, not people making it. But my sister was the person that would like a song and come get me wherever I'm at in the house and come show it. And it just grew into wanting to have the same type of vibe on my end and being able to run to her and be like, well, I found this cool song. And it just kind of always made me feel good hearing that other people in the world think and feel how I feel. Like, there's not many ways to communicate with people that I don't know, but music is one.
It was
right.
It was deep.
That was a dope ass.
Absolutely. Word up.
I fuck with that shit. That was a dope ass answer, bro.
Definitely.
What got you into?
I'm gonna say on my part, definitely my pops and my granddad. They were heavy into music. My dad still is. Jefe, he's an artist. He was an artist at Uptown back in the day, but he still does R&B now. And then he went on to executive produce A&R at MCA Records. So worked with Casey and JoJo, Mary J. Blige, and like a bunch of other names. But really just him taking me to those studio sessions and just being around music at an early age. I was like, yo, this is just something I feel like I want to do. And I was just like, I always love the production, like the instrumentals. Like when I'm listening to a song, like I might zone out from the lyrics, but I'm listening to the beat. So I always knew I wanted to go to production side. But it was just a matter of time before I actually got into it and really focused on it. But really always had music in my blood, but it was just a matter of time for me to really lock in and say, let me get serious with it. Let me lock in and let me just kind of stay focused, see what I can do, and try to have fun and enjoy the journey at the same time. Not try to get too focused on the end goal, but one thing my pops always stressed to me is enjoy the journey. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy each day. Enjoy, you know what I'm saying, the hard times and the good times of getting to where you want to go, not just the end goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I be feeling like a lot of the times now I'm rushing through life, man.
Right.
I've been catching.
It's easy to do,
man. Especially as of lately, because I've been going through a lot of adjustments in my life. But like, I've been really catching myself that like I'm rushing through a lot of shit, man. And I feel like I don't ever really sit and try to enjoy the journey because I want to get to where I'm trying to go so fast. And that is an important part of is the struggle that we all go through doing this shit. Is the funnest part. It's the hardest part, but it's really the funnest because it's the shit that teaches us the most.
Right.
I mean, that's what I've definitely learned from doing this shit. Before I get on to my next questions, do you guys have any questions?
I'm doing a question. Oh.
Cover the mic.
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad. I'm used to. So, what advice would you give to someone that's like much younger, wanting to do what you guys do?
Want to go first?
I'll go first. I would say to anybody younger that wants to do it, just try to research as much as they can in their free time and make it fun. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just YouTube, going on, looking up tutorials or like maybe different vlog videos of producers or artists doing what you want to do. And just trying to stay consistent with it, because I think that's the part that separates a lot of people, especially in music, is just the consistency of it. So if you start now while you're young, if you're 15, 16, or 14, you stay with it till you 20, 21, like you'll be you'll be ahead of the pack. You know what I mean? So I would just say that YouTube University for sure. It can teach you so much, and it's free 99. So I say that for sure as a short answer.
That's cool. That's cool.
My answer would be kind of what he just said. Enjoy it. Don't get so caught up in trying to get somewhere where you can enjoy it. Just wake up and enjoy it, because my biggest thing recently has been that like one day I could wake up and not have a voice anymore, like genuinely be mute or be deaf one day or anything like that. Not like it's gonna happen, but it could, and I would be really upset if I did.
Because you wouldn't
have those memories, but I feel like I didn't sit there and
okay
really live and enjoy them.
I wanna go back and ask, how do you feel about the use of AI?
I like it, man. I think it's dope. I think people have to get used to it because it is the future. And it's just like with anything new, people get nervous and people get skeptical about it. And people might say that it's cheating. But, you know, I also believe in the saying, work smarter, not harder. Yeah. So, like, the things that it can do for you with you still being able to have control of it, I think is dope. And if you use it in the right ways, I think you can still have your own sound or your own passion behind it.
100%.
But have just the efficiency of a computer or AI help it out, and just like it might automate. You might have the AI doing your promotion on Instagram and posting for you and shit like that. Like, stuff that you don't want to do, you can get it automated. So I feel like it's dope.
Exactly.
I think that's just the coolest thing about it.
That's been like the
Future.
the biggest thing that I've been trying to stress to a lot of the artists that I've been talking to is like how important AI is for us right now. A, because it's super cheap and or free, or like, well, no, that's just really it. It's cheap or free. Like, it's like I pay $20 for the Chat GPT, but it's like I use it every single day now because it's, again, for exactly what you were talking about. Making posts, writing descriptions, typing up emails,
Yes.
coming up with ideas. So like I typed in an entire story of a situation I was going through to my chatbot, and I was like, write a song out of it. Now, I didn't use the entire thing of what it wrote,
Right.
but it gave me a good idea of where to start.
Yeah, get your
And
template.
Exactly. It gave me the template. So it's like just using it to help assist you opposed to letting it do everything for you.
Right.
That's where I find the use. And especially with the Instagram descriptions and YouTube descriptions and all that shit. Now it's instead of sitting there trying to think about, damn, what should I drop the beat into YouTube or into the Chat GBT. I'm like, yo, give me a description for YouTube, writes out the whole thing for me, gives me tags and everything. It's got all my information, my website, all my socials, all that shit, writes it all out for you. You copy, paste. Man,
It's really that crazy.
and it's really that
Wow.
easy, bro.
You could genuinely ask it like, who is Jefe Beats? It's gonna tell you.
It's gonna tell you like, yeah.
You can
Next.
like write me a verse that sounds like Kuatro Kash. And
Yes,
it's
bro.
gonna write it.
Yes, bro. Especially,
In a matter of seconds.
the more that you drop into it, like the more of your music that
Yeah.
you drop into it, and the more that it knows your sound, bro, the more it's gonna like
start
adjust to
curating
you
Yeah.
and your sound. Like that shit is wild to me.
So cool.
Here's what I want y'all to do though, since you're both active on ChatGPT.
I use it every now and
Just
then.
now.
I know what it is. I need to get into it more, but
I'm gonna say let it learn you a little bit more, but tell it to read you for filth. I had a whole bunch of people do it.
what you mean by
Because I
that?
had somebody tell me to do it. It's gonna be the worst fucking like 20 minutes of your life. Because you're gonna sit there, and
Send you
feel
down
like,
the biggest rabbit holes of all time.
Bro,
When I
it's
first
gonna-
got on there.
man.
I was asking it anything in the world because like you're gonna give me an answer.
Right.
Yeah,
It don't matter what it is.
yeah, but
Like
like,
it doesn't care though. It's not half of it's not accurate, but it's gonna give you an answer.
yeah, it's gonna give you something. Yeah, like, but my one of my close friends, Ty Lee, the other day told me, he was like, bro, do this. Tell it to read you for filth. And I was like, he was like, are you having a bad day? That was the first the question he asked. He was like, are you having a good day or a bad day? I was like, I'm having an all right day. Why? He's just like, all right, go to your chatbot right now, which I was sitting in front of my laptop right at that moment. So I was like, all right. So I did it. And he was like, read me for filth. So I typed it in and just had the shit just tell me all about myself, and was just like, you just kind of fucked my day up a little bit. Like, damn, I gotta goddamn sit here and readjust my thought process on myself and how I feel. Cause like, damn, that shit had me feeling some type of way. But nah, yeah, I really think the use of AI, man, is really, really dope for what we do. Like,
For sure.
to help us with all of that. And like you said, you can automate your shit for it to use
Yeah.
it for you, man. Like, and then we have stuff like Opus Clip. So like for this, I use Opus Clip to chop all this shit up. So
Right.
I don't have to sit there and do it for hours. And it clips well, and it puts the captions. It does everything you needed to do.
I was gonna say there's
Opus Clip need to sponsor you, friend.
Sponsored
you
by-
showing love to it, man.
You know what I mean? And I do all the time because I'm fucking like faithful to that company now. I got fucking it saved me so much
Like
time.
FL Studio.
That's how I be too. FL and Pro Tools.
It's so
I'm just
easy to use, yeah.
faithful. You know what I
Right.
mean? So go ahead.
Kuatro Kash.
That's what.
So you did say that you are relocating from Boston.
I wouldn't say relocating. North was a second one for me.
Second.
The 757 is all.
So where would you say that you started with music goals?
When I started, it was in a transitional period where I was moving. I moved to Massachusetts when I started like really trying to make music and put it out, and then I moved right back probably like 6-7 months later. So I would say there, but when I came back here, that's where I really got to start getting outside, meeting people, doing shows, trying to be an artist and not just making music and holding it in my heart.
Okay, so 757 is where you would say you are
Yeah.
most known.
Yes, we do.
Okay. And I also want to say, Jefe, it is nice to put a face to the name. It's crazy.
I know, right? Like
Great thing, because I hear Jefe a lot.
That's love. That's love.
Just be like, okay, yeah, it's good. Wait, that's that.
Yeah, I mean, now that you say that, I've definitely heard your name before a whole bunch of times. Like how we had the same artist, like he had recorded that same song, but like on a whole different beat, whole different vibe. And he showed me what y'all had did though. So, but he just said he wanted to test out different things to see the best sound, whatever. And so I've heard of you a bunch of times before.
That's crazy.
And it is crazy that, and it's actually kind of annoying that I'm now meeting you, especially because it seems
Better
like,
late than never, though, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad that
we
met.
definitely
Oh, yeah.
now that we're connected, we're gonna have to connect on some other shit.
Absolutely.
It seems like we're on some similar vibes, man, and I fucks with that shit. I like what you're doing too. Like,
Appreciate that,
I respect what you're doing with that shit, with
Thank
with
you,
the tapes and giving opportunities to the artists and shit.
Yes, sir.
especially, Like in a time where this industry be so fucking just vicious and just mean and just
Yeah, it's
ugly, man,
it's
you know,
fake.
so-
And yeah, I try to keep it real, try to keep it authentic, you know what I'm saying, with all the artists I work with, anybody I encounter, you know what I'm saying, I just try to keep it genuine and just be me. And just give out the same love that I receive. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I'm gonna still give you good love, even if you giving me some type of shit that ain't really right. That's just how I am as a person. So
yeah.
you know, music is my passion, and you know, I just have fun with it. So that's why it kind of comes easy to an extent for me.
So as audio engineers and producers, we through time established a sound for ourselves.
Yeah.
How would you guys describe your sound first of all, and like how did you find it, and how did you discover your own sound, and what made you decide this is where I'm going with it?
I would say for me, dynamic, because what I've been trying to be big on recently in the studio is not becoming too traditional, because when I look at people ahead of me and that have come before me, I see that some people get stuck in their ways, and music is about doing what you want to do, how you want to do it, and I don't see myself wanting every single song or all of my times to sound the same. I feel like 2024 should have a sound, but 2025 should have a sound too.
Yeah.
Even if they're going to be extremely similar, I should be able to point out one thing that I either grew or learned from that caused the change.
Yeah.
I like that. For me, I would say futuristic, man. I really try to use different sounds in my beats. I really like that spacey, just different vibes. Like when I pick out my sounds, I really try to go for things that I really can just catch a vibe to, whether it's sometimes it's simple like a piano, but sometimes with my beats it might be like a different pad or a different violin or strings that I'm using. So it kind of depends on the mood, but really my sound is like, futuristic, and I got a bunch of different vibes, especially on the album. If you check them out, like I said, I got different genres. I got
Definitely for
different
sure.
producers that I work with sometimes. I like collaboration as well. It's not just about me. I like showing love to the other producers that I work with around the state as well. Shout out Beat Man. Me and him, Kuatro got one.
That's what I like. That's what I did like about the project, because I listened to the whole thing from top to bottom this morning,
Okay.
and because there were songs on there I wasn't too fond of, but that's because they're not my style of music.
Right.
But then there were songs that I was like, oh no, this shit fire. Because like I said, I'm more of like chill hip hop.
Yeah.
Hip hop, and then I like the R&B. But
Right.
there was like songs that sounded just like my vibe of shit that I would listen to, and there were a
Perfect.
few of them. So that's what I liked about that project, was like, all right, there's definitely a whole bunch of different vibes up here.
Not
And
too
it-
like
For what it was and what it was meant for, it did its job.
that means a
That's
lot
how
to
I
me,
felt,
bro.
yeah.
That's a success in my book, because I know every song to one person listening might not love all of them. They gonna find like 3, 4, or 5 that they really like.
Yeah.
And so to me, that's why I like putting variety on these albums, to really showcase not only the different pockets of Virginia, the different genres that we can do, but really just want to look out for the fans as well and give everybody something they can enjoy. Not just have it straight trap or straight rap, but have some stuff that you can really vibe to, and that's important to me. So I appreciate you saying that, bro.
Absolutely.
Could I add a word to that?
Yeah.
I would say Jefe's style is could be described by saying astronomical. Like, it's spacey, but it's stellar. Yeah.
That's facts.
Stellar. I
That's
like
facts.
that.
And as an engineer, we kind of established a sound for ourselves. What would you say is your sound? And I know you said that you like to kind of be dynamic, but like as far as like plug-in bass, what are your go-tos?
I just switched to a CLA 76,
Facts. I actually did too. That's mad funny that you said that. I've been on fucking Slate Digital for so long. Depends on what we're doing. Today I went blue.
See, recently I just been started black, but I feel like one day I'm gonna walk in the studio and go, I've been using black to go.
I think for me it depends on the song, because I think the black gives you a more modern and the blue gives you more analog, in my opinion.
Okay.
Like that's just my opinion.
Okay.
Like today I used blue because I felt like it sounded better on all the vocals all around for the song that we did today. Like I think it really just depends, but yeah, I definitely been fucking with the CLA for sure.
H delay, I love H delay.
Hell yeah.
Wave tunes, real time.
Yep.
Regular waves, de-esser. The Bertom noise reduction.
Yep.
That's been hitting lately.
Yep.
And a lot of stock plugins. A lot of regular stock plugins.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, one, I've been using my laptop more than my PC, so CPU problems.
No. What program are you?
FL mostly, but I do Pro Tools sessions.
Ain't nothing wrong with FL, bro. I use FL for
FL's
beats.
industry standard, so
Yeah, well, I use FL for beats. I think the only reason like I don't use it to do any recording is because I got so used to Pro Tools.
Yeah.
Like in FL it's like just a little bit of a different process, but like you can still get the same like industry sound from it. You know what I mean? I don't think there's any DAW now that's besides like Audacity maybe.
yeah,
like
Mixcraft.
Yeah. Well, even Mixcraft, like if you can load in industry plugins like Waves, or you use anything for real, that's how I feel.
I always felt like that was always like Xbox, PlayStation. Like you're gonna play your game, bro.
Yeah.
As long as you get online, you gonna play your game.
Yeah.
Those are the plugins for real. And then sound wise, louder vocals recently. I feel like as of recent, my vocals have been way louder because I've been turning my beats down, not because I'm turning my vocals up. Actually giving the sounds the space to be heard. I feel like there's a lot of production recently that they're kind of like so 808 heavy that you can't hear anything.
You must have had like those days where you sat down and like did some like YouTube searching and like I do this all the time where I'll like start like looking up just a whole bunch of tutorials on like different like things that I want to know and like leveling and all that, and then like I got like these little fucking placemats. I'll show you when we're done at the front. Take a picture of them shits, bro. You should get some of those shits. It's like a little cheat sheet, but it's like a different sound sheet of like all the levels that all the sound shit be. And it's tough. Yeah, that shit was like, I don't know. I got it for Christmas a couple years ago, but them shits are definitely tough. Definitely look at them shits later. But learning like your like first thing is like your beat, like still like when you're making it, like to mix it if you're gonna master it as well, should still not be peaking above -6. Like that's the one thing that I learned, because I used to just have it go to 0 and then it's all right, we'll turn it down. But now I changed up how I make my beats because I stage, I gain stage, you know what I'm saying? So by the end of it, it's still pretty much the same loudness, but like the levels on each individual aren't going as loud,
Yeah.
So
Sure.
learning all of that shit, it's like I didn't recently start doing all this shit till like a year ago, maybe, like doing all of this type of shit.
Okay.
Like as far as mixing vocals, I've been doing that, but beats was way different. Like I just recently really started getting into like depth on mixing beats, because I just was like, nah, I need my shit to sound better. Like my beats sound good, but not sonically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's funny you say that. Like I feel like for me, when I started making beats, I would like over mix them. Like I would EQ a lot out of my instruments.
Yes.
And like take a lot of the soul out of it. So it's funny because now my process is a lot simpler. Like I don't really do too much with my drum sounds and my melodies. Like I try to keep it simple, because if your sound selection is fire, then like you don't really have to do too much on the back end,
Yeah.
So like I just wanted to touch on that. Like that's very important.
You like to share information. I'm asking you this before I ask you this next question.
I don't gatekeep, bro. I feel like I can get the information out, but like if you got the sauce.
C is looking like, what you using?
All right, I fuck with I like a lot of Analog Lab, bro.
Okay.
Xenology is fire too.
Okay. What's your go-to?
Expands got some good shit up there. My go-to
sure does.
My go-to lately has been really Xenology and Analog Lab. I got some really good sounds up there. But I started off with Nexus and Omnisphere. My earlier beats were those two. You know what I'm saying? Those are goats. Those are like You know what I mean?
I have
Tattoos, bro.
I got a cracked version of Nexus, and I had a cracked version of Omnisphere, but like I think the cracked version of Omnisphere just like didn't work because like it never would load up. My Nexus does, but I mean you might know the answer to this, but like a lot of my sounds on my Nexus don't work. Do you know why? Is it because
It might be to where it can't find the it might be that. It might be because it can't find where the files are at. Like it can be a lot of different little things like that. Like if you got it saved to a hard drive versus on your computer or something like that.
saved?
So you got to have the hard drive plugged in every time you want to use it.
Well, yeah, I definitely.
Shit like that. But it just depends, bro.
Yeah, I've had the Nexus for so long, and I just anyway. If you guys have any other questions, we've been just talking about producer shit. You guys,
Yeah, and I'm just kind of like listening because a lot of the jargon and like the way, you know, a lot of how y'all speak about it, I don't really know.
nerd talks.
Yeah, you know, I'm not nerd talk, but like what y'all wait say like, yeah, like okay, what am I about to Google and YouTube later? Right, I'm trying to like listen and like pay attention, like this is that, like I don't know.
That was
My son is in the beats and stuff, so like I don't really know what he talks about when he is saying this stuff. So yeah,
That's well, Jumbo.
yeah, and he'll come to.
If you guys have like a question that doesn't pertain to this,
Acrobatics.
well, if you don't, I'll continue on the conversation with
gotta
beats.
do
I was just making sure. All right, when you guys have your question ready, then just let me know. Tell me about your process of making the beats. Though, like, you use FL2?
Yeah, I use FM.
Do you just use your format play? Like, do you just use the playlist and put the sounds in, or do you use your channel rack?
I definitely
But you know what I'm talking about.
what?
Channel rack. Yeah, the channel rack.
So do I use the channel rack or what? What was it?
Or when I'm making the beats, right?
Uh-huh.
I'll get a lot of the one shots like kicks, snares.
Okay.
I'll get them all from Splice.
Oh, okay.
So I'll take the kick and instead of putting it in the
The channel rack? Put it in the playlist. Put it in the playlist.
put it right in the playlist.
I got you.
Build it there.
Okay, I do that sometimes. I usually only do that really with my kicks so they can really have a punch to them. And I usually do that when I'm doing like boom bap beats, like old school rap type shit. Because they really punch through when you need it to. But a lot of the times recently, I just been doing it all in the channel rack. And then sometimes I leave my drums raw. I might not even put them on the mixer channel. I might just leave them to where they're not even in that bitch and they just hitting raw. So that's really been like a lot of the albums you hear on Jefe beats, or a lot of the beats. I didn't really do too much with the mixing. Like it's really just raw shit, and then it's really punching through. So
Yeah.
try to keep it simple now. I used to do a lot with my shit, and like I learned like I was kind of, like I said, pulling the soul out of it by using too many plugins or EQing way too much out. So I just try to do it here and there if I hear something that's off. But for the most part, I just try to keep it simple.
Yeah. I definitely learned that too going through time. Like if you're doing far too much mixing, like there's certain things you should do just to tighten up sounds, I think,
Yeah.
especially in the low ends. But like
Yeah.
if you do too much, then you just take a lot of soul out. That and a lot of samples now are like high quality as fuck. So it's like you really don't have to do too much.
That's a fact.
Like there's certain simple things that I'll do. And then like side chaining and stuff, like my kick to the 808, I'll side chain that. And if there's like certain things I have to side chain or do like a ducking for whatever the fuck, just like there's certain things I'll do, but like otherwise, I just leave it pretty blared, pretty raw, what it is, because a lot of the times, it'll sound better.
Yeah.
I do have a question though.
Here we go.
My brain. So who is someone for both of you? Like, who is someone that you dreamed to work with, or like you dreamed of working with, maybe, and have worked with?
Mary J. Blige.
So worked with, or you dream of working with?
Dream of working with.
Okay. Mary J. Blige is a good one. Why so?
That's my favorite artist of all time. And
For good reason.
I just think with the trajectory that I'm on, it's possible, but I need it to happen fast, because it's almost like, imagine if you weren't going to get drafted in the next 5 years and you always wanted to share the court with LeBron James.
Right.
It's not a guarantee that she's going to make music.
It
Long as time.
Yeah.
I get that.
I would hope that it happens soon, but I don't mind practicing patience. But definitely Mary J. Blige. And I feel like since I engineer, it doesn't have to be me and her making a song. It could just be me being in the studio as her engineer, and I would feel great about it. It would be something that I run out and call my mama to tell her. But
Yeah.
Would you accept just being in a studio session, even just helping write, or just like helping be a part of the process of a session? Like, because you did say that she may not make, like, actually record. That doesn't necessarily mean she won't be in the room to help, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, would you be okay with an opportunity like that?
yeah, just to work with somebody and be able to not pick her brain specifically, but to be able to add to my creative process,
Right.
Learn how viewing somebody else's, because I've always been an appreciator of that. Like when me and him worked together, I told him like, no, like he already was in that mindset, but I was like, bro, I prefer if you be in the studio for the session, so that way we're not. I don't really like songs where it's just like, okay, I rap and then
just said
that's just the song.
whatever.
I prefer that we collaborate.
Yeah, for sure.
That's definitely a better way to go about it, to be
For sure.
you know. What's been like some of the struggles like that you guys have come across through time? Like, have you even been through a time where you were like, man, fuck this shit?
I mean, it could get tough. I mean, on the production side, sometimes, you know, beat block can be a real thing. Like, where you're making stuff that's like good, but it's maybe not where you want it to be. It can also be like a mental thing, being too hard on yourself, not really celebrating what you've done, kind of looking too much towards what you want to do, and not, like I said earlier, enjoying the journey and just celebrating the little wins, you know, whatever it is that you're doing, as long as you're staying consistent and just trying to put out good music, put the passion and love into it, you know what I mean? Like, because I feel like now more than ever, it's like oversaturated to where a lot of people are doing music, whether you want to be an artist or a producer, which is fine. But you can really tell the difference between somebody that's, you know, just doing it for the meantime or doing it for the clout, or somebody that really got the passion and love for it. And it's always going to shine, and it's always going to outlast everything else. So, yeah, I think as far as problems, I would say B block, and just being too hard on yourself sometimes, bro.
Yeah,
That's really it.
I catch myself on that shit a lot.
I mean, it's
But
Did you tell us who you dreamed of working with?
yeah, I'm going to answer that too.
yeah.
If I had to say somebody just all time, it'd be Quincy Jones, just for what he's done to the music industry, the film industry, like scoring movies and all that type of shit. That's what I want to get into. So I would say him first and foremost. And then as far as somebody now, it'd be Pharrell and Timbaland. Just getting in the studio with both of them, like two VA goats, two versatile goats. Like, you know, when Pharrell does shit like hold 43% of the radio songs just by his production, like that's shit that I look up to and I want to do. So just being able to pick his brain and get in the same room with him and see his process, that would be priceless to me, bro.
No,
Have you
sir.
ever sat and listened to some of Quincy Jones' big band music and like his classical shit from back then, bro?
Yeah.
I mean, like I was going through a whole phase of listening to just a lot of classical music and like big band and all that type of shit for a while, man. And like Quincy Jones is something I was listening to. I sat down and listened to one of his old albums from it was just all just orchestra music and shit like that, bro. And it's got the bass supernova from Austin Power. Dun-dun, dun.
Yeah.
Oh man, that shit is just, that was music, bro. So that's a hell of an answer right there. I like that.
Appreciate that, bro.
And then going on to tough stuff that you've dealt with in the music, like but
Changing directions in music, going from I started doing music when I was young and kind of started doing it well when I was young, and realized that I didn't want to have a 15 minutes of fame. I'd rather just do music for a really long time and enjoy it personally, and wherever it takes me, it takes me. And that transition was kind of tough at first, because being real with myself and coming to certain realizations, like just there's going to be rainy days, there's going to be bad days if I'm going to do this for a long time, and it's not always going to be how it was. And that was, I would say, the toughest time, but it was also at a good time, like at my best, at one of my peaks. So it was good for myself to be able to see that coming and prepare myself for it and not become discouraged about it, kind of like y'all was just saying.
yeah, damn right. Was there something else here then?
I'm just upset that I wasn't prepared enough because I didn't hear any music beforehand.
Well, that's what we were actually about to come up to.
Yeah, let's dive into it so we can string this going on.
What was
Yeah.
So the
what's
world,
the first? What's the first one that you wanna bring up? That you wanna like?
Start off with motion, bro. I really love Bert Allwild, man. He's been on all 4 projects that I've done. He's from Petersburg, Virginia. Shout out Bert and the whole Allwild camp, man. Bookie as well. 804, bro. Yeah.
He's not
to it.
Jefe beats.
Wow, yeah. Since the session, don't have way too many options, don't know what to choose. Having bad little shit on my life, having too many doubts, I don't know who to screw. What I don't. Since the session, I touch me, I don't know how to wire the cool. All that nigga pull out to the stool, plenty of bags, don't know what to choose. Since the session, don't run up on me, you might get hit with F in the Glock. I got 2 music, one that I give me head, and one that I use for the spot. When it comes to a nigga like me, he ain't got a question, he know how I rock. If it gets to somebody in fire, I'm watching the quick, got these hoes on flop. I found out too many ways to rub this tape on the way to the top. Killing always for minimum wage, I gotta keep it like I'm punching the clock. And my whole house people calling me right now for the throw on my bitch cross. I've been in gas too long, ain't no phone long, got shit on lock. Now the mom telling me I'm my own imagine tripping, you think I believe him. I already know shit to me in it, that's why I grab a wish like Peter. These niggas be act like hoes, I don't got them strut, they hips like divas. Long way too bright on the hoe, gosh, she talk on leave, no need. Can't tell when to pull out the closet, I know when guys I'm putting it on. This sucker will be in talk, this see burn the water up on the phone. Strap back when I'm moving the rocks, I got these hoes watching me through a drone.
Really kind of hear my sound in this shit, like that futuristic music.
Since the system, don't have way too many options, don't know what to choose. Having bad little shit on my life, having too many doubts, I don't know what to do. Since the system, I touch me, I don't know how to wire the cool. All that nigga pull out to the stool, plenty of bags, don't know what to choose. Since the system, don't run up on me, you might get hit with F in the Glock. I got 3 guns, you wanted to give me hit, and one that I use for the spot. When it comes to a nigga like me, ain't got a question, you know how I rock. If it gets to somebody in fire, I'm watching how quick got these hoes on flop.
I am Jefe beats out everywhere. Out everywhere you stream music, man.
So that's it, bro.
Yeah.
And we might as well get into this next one, man. Shout out Erica Badu, one of the best. One of my idols as far as music. She's done so much dope shit. And just had to sample her on this one, man. Shout out IT. Blue Magic.
I'm a magic. If you don't it's me, it's hard to break the habit. Equal shit, but you can't have it. It's all for me. Mother Nature record, she call me for keeps. Now I'm just trying to keep her happy. It's all for me. I just a guy when humans stable my beliefs. I can't get right, but I'm just happy. I lay the scene. Drug to the Jordy that it came from big degree. You magic flowing like a fountain. Stop, yeah, roll, valiant, fountain, fountain, magic flowing like a fountain. Out in this fountain, go.
This is DFL out next week. Blue Magic is gonna be on YouTube though. Stay tuned for that.
Talk about make it out. Heard you been looking for love, but you close and hang your house. Phone on the table.
This is the 3rd song behind Jefe beats.
Better watch what you say out your mouth. Tips, man, again. Niggas that moans, but that is the airing it out. My brother Sam back there's the burning. Come spirits can't be hurt so toxic. Will she send urge. Popping out when reality falls. Red pill is a tragedy, bro. Feeling rich, you don't have to be broke. But I'm blessed, so I gotta be dope. Simple soul. Every day to give me American nose. Keep on digging, cause it gotta be gold. I shovel on property a hole. I'm a magic. If you don't it's me, it's hard to break the habit. Equal shit, but you can't have it. It's all for me. Mother Nature record, she call me for keeps. Now I'm just trying to keep her happy. It's all for me. I trust the guy while humans stable my beliefs. I can't get right, but I'm just happy. I lay the scene. Drugs here, the Jordy that it came from days degree. You magic flowing like a fountain. If you stop me, stop here, go. Fountain, the magic flowing like a fountain. Stop it, go. Stop here, fountain, I can feel with that. Something.
Yeah, I feel this just in the strong streets, passion to get along.
So tell me a little bit about these records right here. So let's start with Motion here. Tell me about Motion. How'd that record come about?
So, shout out Bert Allwild, man. He's just been a consistent artist. Like I said, he's based in Petersburg, Virginia, which is right outside of Richmond. And I just love his flow. I love his lyricism. It's really got that trap, raw, gritty vibe to it. And he always brings that energy, man. And it's like every time me and him work, we always get a good song. And, you know, I've been getting a lot of good reviews already, even just since yesterday on the songs me and him did. So, really just came about because I made the beat and really didn't have anybody particularly in mind. I was just kind of vibing out, making beats. And when I went to really put the album together, I always curate packs for each artist based on their sound and what I think, you know what I'm saying, I think they would sound good on. Whether it's something that's in their pocket or out of their pocket, and try to get them to expand and do something different. But with this beat, I just knew he was gonna catch that flow. I knew he was gonna catch the beat, and you know, send it to him. And with him, like with certain artists, it's like we don't really gotta say too much. I send the beat, and it's like I already know how he gonna come. He gonna come on it. Like he gonna get on the beat and do what he needs to do. Pause, and either, you know what I'm saying, just really snap. So that was a really cool one to work on. And the next one with IT, the Blue Magic joint, same type of deal. Really curated a pack for him. I know he's more of a lyricist and likes to put messages in his music. And when you listen to it, like, you might not catch it the first time, but when you listen to it the third and fourth time, you catching like subliminal stuff that's in the song that he's saying that you might not have caught the first time. So I like working with artists that really got some substance to the music and really make you think when you're listening to it. So with that one, he really loved the Erykah Badu sample. Shout out to her again. And that was another easy one where I sent it to him. And you know what I'm saying, like I said, certain artists I work with, and most artists I work with on these albums, I really don't try to do too much and give them too much control. Like I know the packs that I'm gonna give them is gonna be something that they're gonna be able to shine on. So it's really not too much to do once I send the packs out. We might go, you know, back and forth one time just to, you know, maybe get another pack out, but usually it's on the first go. Like the artists already know, like, okay, this is my sound, or I know what to do with this. So after that, that's like the easy part really is recording. You know what I mean? Because I've already found the artist. I know they serious. I know they got their own dope sound, whether they from the 7.5 or 804. So once I send them the beat, I know they gonna get to work. You know what I mean? I ain't really got to coach them too much. Like,
Yeah, it's important to like find for artists to find you a producer that can know that type of information. Because I can honestly say that I have maybe no artist that I can sit and just be like, no, that's a lie. I do have a couple that I can really sit and make a beat for and like be like, yeah, I could specifically make your sound.
yeah,
Like, but I also feel like I haven't given opportunity like that, like what you're doing in my past, which I think I've tried, but I just didn't like really like fall through with it.
Okay.
And that's why I think I'm starting to do now and trying to really give more opportunity. Cause you have valid points on like, we just, we're all in this shit together for real.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? And like, at the end of the day, like, nobody's better than the other, first of all. And secondly, I have so much shit. I was just going through beats earlier and the other day and finding all these gems that I'm just like, damn, these are fire ass beats. I ain't got shit to do. Or like, what are they doing besides sitting here?
That's exactly the thought I had. But when I started my series, man, like, why not put something together that the world can listen to and I can vibe to and really love, and also build a catalog, you know what I'm saying? Just build a legacy, not only for you, but for your kids. Like, think about if, one of these hits pop off, and when it does pop off, like, how much people gonna go listen to the other stuff you've already put out. So just keeping that mindset on, like, yes, I'm focused on, I want it to do well now, but even if it doesn't in the short period of time where I put it out, like, I know future wise it's gonna do something crazy. So with every artist, I tell them, like, thank you for being a part of history, because I think this is dope for Virginia. I think it's different. You don't find a lot of producers doing it, and trying to stay consistent and do it every year. So really just trying to be different with it, man, and just also stay humble in the meantime, because I wouldn't be where I'm at and doing what I'm doing with these albums without the artists being involved, and just wanting to take part of it and understanding and trusting the vision, and just going all out on each record. You know what I mean? I never had to send back a record really too much, and tell somebody to redo something because they know the stakes that's, you know, at hand. You know what I'm saying? With these albums, we're trying to do something different and really showcase Virginia. So why not go your hardest? You feel me?
Yeah. Damn right, man.
And I do have another question. I know you were saying like the process of you finding the artists. You really, you know, you pay attention and you listen to their sound, you like their style, you know,
Right.
and it goes on from there.
Yeah.
But when you think of it, because like I said, with that process, everybody's good. But is there anybody that you kind of like favorite, like somebody that, you know, you're like this person, when you just think about it, like this is one of the best like artists I ever worked with, like.
I do have a lot of artists that I work with that I really click with. I do have some favorites, like especially on this album. Honestly, I can't really pick out anybody else. But any artist that's willing to work with me and that's gonna put in the work and be consistent, I would say you my favorite. And if you just being genuine and being your authentic self, and I know that I can count on you to put together a good record, like that's somebody I want to keep working with and, you know, really just trust and believe in. So I would say really it's more on like not the specific artist, but just who they are as a person and what they do with their music, and like not just being consistent for a couple months or a couple weeks, but, you know, long term. And so somebody like, just for example, Bert Alwa, I'll just use him because he's been on all four, and I believe he's the only artist that's been on all four. Just showcases like how consistent he is, how dope he is, and just how much he believes in himself and his craft. So just working with artists that's on that type of mindset, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of people doing music, so you gotta decipher and figure out, you know what I'm saying, who's really gonna be in it for the long run, and just try to make your best selection on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's dope.
And that's like, I would say my only artist that I've been able to go like 10 toes down with is Ty Lead, and that's my boy. We got the AEW placement. That's been the only artist in my entire career who like stayed true to everything too, though. Like have you ever dealt with a situation where an artist was promising you all of this stuff, who like had like a real situation, promised pretty much to put you on and pay you, and just didn't do anything, like pretty much just used you and then just stop hearing from him type shit? Have you ever been in a situation like that before?
Nah, all glory to God. Nah, I have not. You know what I'm saying? Anybody I work with usually respect it and respect the craft, and we just work. Like I said, everything I do is authentic, and if the vibe's not there, it's not really going to pan out to where we can, you know, work on anything. But I don't really run into that because I'm already kind of doing my research and looking at that before I even approach you to work. So if that's even a factor that I think is going to throw off the music and throw off the passion for it, I'm not even going to, you know, kind of go out my way and go for that. But I haven't been in a situation like that, to be honest, bro. I have had situations where artists were supposed to be a part of the album, and, you know, they might not have got their beat selections in, or they just kind of went ghost or whatever it may be. So, you know, you don't have that, but I never let that stop my grind and stop what I'm trying to do and stop my goal. So,
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it just happens like that, man. But I keep it going and, you know, stay focused on the artist that is locked in.
And that's all we really can do.
Yeah, absolutely.
You ever been in any situations like that where you felt like somebody was pretty much trying to use you?
Yeah, but I'm also a skeptic.
Yeah. That's kind of what I've been built into nowadays. I'd be so fucking skeptical about everybody, and I think that's kind of what built my wall up of wanting to work closely with a lot of people, is because, like, I have had situations happen because, like, I'd be trying to just be a cool dude type shit, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, when it comes down to business, you know, you got to handle it. You know?
Absolutely.
If you don't handle it the correct way, then you get fucked over. That's, you know, that's what happened to me, which then made me so skeptical to work with anybody. And then I feel like I've lost opportunities for myself because, you know, that wall was up type shit, you know. But
It happened.
it's all a part of the process, though. And you have to realize in life that, like, just because one thing was bad doesn't mean the next will be.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is just take opportunities until you see the faults in it. If there's, or not until you see, you know, just take an opportunity. And if you see faults in it, then just step away. You know, if it's not what you want it to, you know, what you're looking for, walk away. And that's what I've learned for sure. You know, instead of just being like, oh, what fuck, I'm never going to find nothing. No, you will. You'll find the right situations when you, one, have the right energy, and two, put yourself into the right places, you know?
For sure.
So I've definitely learned that. Let's go into one more song because we're coming up close towards the further part of the show now. What's the next song you want to go into, dear?
Kuatro Kash, my brother, since you with me, man, pick one of your songs that you want to play. And then
Olives.
Money Bros. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's try that. Oh. Baby.
Yeah, yeah, money, I can't even stop, cause I got a problem, yeah, yeah, money, a whole lot of walk, keep on going, yeah, yeah, money, play get blocked, cause they keep calling, yeah, yeah, money, I'm really busy, so I keep stalling, yeah,
Shout out my boy.
yeah, money, I said it before and I say it again, yeah, yeah, money, I stay with the money just like we twins, yeah, yeah, money, I said it before and I say it again, yeah, yeah, money, I stay with the money just like we friends, yeah, stuck, pop it out, I'm on the stage finna rock out, I'm in the studio all night, I get paid while I'm here and I'm not trying to clock out, and on this fight we doing a show at the Nova, we bringing the block out, hop in the whip and we hop out, yeah, bop in that bitch when we bop out, hey round, free that man till we see him again, keep on acting like we ain't the man, but shit gon' change when they need him again, they biting the hand while I feed him again, I'm cutting it off, I bleed him again, fuck 12, man, I hate when I see him, I can't let him play with my freedom again, I'm outside trying to get to that bag, you in the house finna sit on your ass, I'm outside trying to get to that cash, I'm at the bank so you ain't see me in class, and look at my motion major, I gotta get to that paper, I went to Texas, then went to LA, ballin' like Luka Doncic on the lake, yeah, my fault, I'm smoking on flavor, she like, I hit the hole and I be gon' date it, they like, run, God, yeah, before, there's nobody greater, hey, L and I'm J Money when I'm at the cave, yeah, getting money, I can't even stop, cause I got a problem, yeah, getting money, a whole lot of guap, keep on going, yeah, getting money, to play get blocked, cause they keep calling, yeah, getting money, I'm real busy, so I keep stalling, yeah, getting money, I said it before and I say it again, yeah, getting money, I stay with the money just like we twins, yeah, getting money, I said it before and I say it again, yeah, getting money, I stay with the money just like we friends, yeah, yeah, get money,
Yeah. Now, Monty, play one that you really like, man.
get money,
I don't think you play one that you said.
yeah, get money, get money, yeah, get money,
Better.
yeah.
Show her different vibes we doing this. Shout out my boy Henny Honcho, man. It's that boom bap vibe.
So that baby.
Like I said, man, we bringing all different type of vibes. I am Jefe Beats. Everywhere, mate.
This nigga have
be
how
outside.
many bags? This nigga have. They wondering when I'ma break in half. My flow is left.
It's more
break
like
in
that,
bad.
even
I
bad.
tell my niggas and bitches up. I show my
That
dish that nigga
traditional
when I'm
rap
in the
type
lab. When I'm in the lab. When I'm in the lab. How many flows? This nigga have. How many bags? This nigga have. They wondering when I'ma break in half. My flow's left. Breaking bad. I tell my niggas and bitches up. I get my dishes up, nigga, when I'm in the lab. When I'm in the lab. When I'm in the lab, I stay away from the buggers of crowds. I hop on my staying up doing my thing like free call music. I'm doing the dash. See that these rappers be talking about money, but these niggas never was good at math. These niggas funny, I promise I laugh. Used to be woke, when I woke, I realized.
Oh yeah, just to say too, like I don't know if you guys seen my I am my Beats trailer video that's out everywhere. I did it at Future World Sport. Shout out Christian community
like Kobe or feeling with moves. I
Henny
did not
Honcho
fuck with
was
the
in
industry
there.
rules, cause I get kids. Go for
Seeing that video.
how many flows this nigga have? How many bags this nigga have? They wonder
Dope
what I'm
lyricists
breaking
outside.
half. My flow is left, breaking bad. I tell my niggas and bitches up, I get my dishes up, nigga, when I'm in the lab. When I'm in the
You can watch
lab.
that. That's on my
When
Instagram
I'm in
page
the
right now.
lab,
It's
how
come to
many
the top.
flows this
Follow
nigga
me on
have? How many
Instagram.
bags this nigga have?
AyeMontie Beats. That's
breaking half. My flow's left, breaking bad. I tell my niggas and bitches up, I get my dishes up, when I'm in the lab.
Check that out right now.
When I'm in the lab.
Like I said, I got the
When
new
I'm in
badge
the lab,
video.
I am the artist that's making the music.
next week.
Touch my soul. Let's talk about life. Let's talk about rights. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about flow. Let's
Content
talk
coming
about
out.
those.
I got some live interviews coming out with artists that we did the
about
other
no
night.
glass. I want to talk
Thursday
about
night.
some spots. Let's be
Yeah,
talking on the spot. Let's talk
You're gonna
about
see a lot
stars.
of
Let's talk
content
about
from
albums.
I'm just trying to keep it
Let's talk
different.
about plans. So all my niggas and all of my fans touch my milk. So I want to know how
Let y'all know about the artists.
I want my mom to retire.
Not a lot of
I
people
wanna
get to
make
know
it,
about the
make it,
artists
Who
and
said I'm
music.
gonna make you some lies?
I just wanna
How many
tap it.
flows this nigga have?
Y'all
How
just
many
sing us.
bags this nigga have? They wonder when I'ma break in half. My flow's left, breaking bad. I tell my niggas and bitches up, I get my dishes up, nigga, when I'm in the lab. When I'm in the lab.
My show fan, show money problem.
How many flows this nigga has? How many bags this nigga have? They wonder when I'ma break in half. My flow's met, breaking bad. I tell my niggas and bitches up, I get my dishes up, nigga, when I'm in the lab. When I'm in the lab. When I'm in the lab.
Damn right, you definitely have a lot of different vibes up there for sure, man.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So what's your plan for the remainder of the year? What do you got Like, what do you plan on doing for the?
So we focusing on AyeMontie beats for the foreseeable future, man. So you're gonna see a lot of shows and different events of me promoting the album, and me just doing different appearances with the artists. And then I think I'm gonna do my first beat tape this year, like an actual just instrumental tape, where it's just my production, and really just make it one theme and have it something dope that you can like work out to, you can study to, you can, you know what I'm saying, ride in the car to. So instead of having artists on it, just having my production. So I've been thinking about doing something like that.
Should.
But on top of that, just you know, like I said, promoting the album, working with different artists, and I'm trying to pick up another part of music this year. So it's either gonna be you're gonna see me DJing, or you know what I'm saying, maybe engineering. But I think I'm leaning towards the DJ side. When I was in college, bro, like, it's not really official DJing, but like, you know, just having the aux in the party and stuff like that. Like, I feel like my range for music is really great, and just, you know, being in the party and just knowing what vibes to play, when to play them. Yeah, that's something I really fuck with. And I really have fun with.
That's really all it takes. Because when I, like, my younger years, I was DJing heavy, and that's the first thing that you learn is, like, you don't have to do all the wiki shit.
Yeah.
Just know what songs to play and how to transition from one to the other, and you're good.
Absolutely.
That's it. Like, that's all you need. You don't need all the extra shit.
Right.
Wiki shit.
Like, I definitely don't love DJing because I just hate standing there for a while. Like, for me personally, it just kind of gets like, you have all these freaking drunk people, especially in the bars and clubs.
I feel you.
Hot ass breath coming in, yelling in my ear. I do family parties and shit because those are easy. You feel me? They'll feed you. They'll give you drinks. If they smoking, they'll give you some weed. You feel me? Like, those be chill as hell. But all the bars and clubs and shit, man, stay over here with that shit. But yeah, it's definitely worth doing though. And it's gonna be easy as a producer.
It's gonna be another revenue stream for me. It's gonna be help me just expand my network to different artists, promoters, you know, event owners, and allow me to promote my own music at the same time. You know, slip a couple of my records in there too.
There's a lot of showcases around and shit like that. Yeah, needing DJs. I was at the Jack of Spade, that behind y'all.
Yeah,
I was DJing that shit for 2 years, and met a lot of artists that way. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a good opportunity.
Shout out Jack of Spade. I judged a competition with him a couple years ago at King's Lounge in Chesapeake. So that's another thing I've been doing is like, or I was doing for a while, was judging different competitions, artist competitions. Shout out A-Team, shout out Coalition DJs, and shout out Royal Shy. I did the Bet On Me showcase with him and DJ Bands a couple years ago. Like I said, I judged a competition with DJ Joe Pro and Jack of Spade. So just been really trying to take every advantage of every opportunity in front of me, and like I said, just do subtle different things to set myself apart, man, and really just do shit different and have fun with it.
It is working.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You are welcome, but it's definitely working.
Damn right. So what are your plans for the foreseeable future?
Expand and grow. As of right now, on the artist side of me making my own music, just continue to find different lanes that I feel like my voice and my lyrical content fits onto, and that I can enjoy. And then on the other side of it, the revenue side, I just want to see where music can take me and where I can take music. I wouldn't mind doing live audio, like doing chord work for Live Nation. I wouldn't mind doing lights at concerts or venues. I wouldn't mind DJing. I just really, really love music. Right now, I really have this weird idea about getting to put music into the, like, not curate music, but possibly having like a song or there's a specific word for it, but in a Star Wars movie. I don't know why, but I feel like I have to do it.
Yeah.
Saked? Licensed?
Yeah, but there's a certain genre, I would say, that they call it like the type of song that you would hear specifically in Star Wars. And
like the orchestra music and shit like that?
Yeah, but I want to kind of modernize that and bring it to where we could enjoy it. We being people of hip-hop listeners, R&B listeners, people that just enjoy music around different aspects. I don't feel like I'm boxed into any genre or anything like that until
that's a dope idea.
I would definitely be open to hearing like something like that.
Yeah, I do something like that too. Like almost like Tyler Perry plays Trap Park. I would do anything like music related. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
Like that idea.
I mean, it's good to have that mindset because that's where the money is. Them big fucking production orchestra type shit or just big production audios.
Right.
Anything that can get placed on big ass fucking money making movies.
Yeah.
You paid.
That's the way.
Fucking paid, man. Them royalty checks and shit like that, you know?
Absolutely, bro.
How important is the education of music to you guys? Like educating yourself and the artists and everybody around you. Like how important is that to you?
to me personally,
Both of you.
very important. But as an engineer that gets to work with a lot of different people, I kind of find joy in the fact of you don't need to be a savant to make music. You can just do it. You can just do it, and if you're expecting the whole entire world to like your music, understand that even the biggest artists in the world don't have that privilege. So just be okay with your music and be knowledgeable and informed about what you want to be informed about as far as it pertains to what you need to technically know. I think that's kind of where music is growing so much right now, because a lot of people are approaching music with no formal education of it, and it's creating a lot of different lanes.
Yeah. I think that's also is creating a lot of like distrust too,
Definitely.
between just music, like creators and then the promoters and then like the A&Rs and then the business side of music and the creative side of music. It creates just a very big distrust between the both, because a lot of the up and coming artists who are brand new to this shit are not getting educated at all. They're just making music, but there's like not too much to educate them out here, you know. But there is, but it's not like known, like widely known, you know. Like there's a lot of programs and stuff around, but people don't know about them, you know. And there's a lot of like stuff like Link Creative and you know, like shit like that is around. It's just, again, a lot of people don't know it, you know. But I think if the education factor were to be stronger, then there would be a lot more trust in the Virginia music scene, you know.
I feel that. I feel like it depends on the artist by artist basis too.
Yeah.
Like some artists don't need the education, they don't need the music theory. They just got it in them and they can just make great music.
Yeah.
And some artists don't even have to write. They can just punch in and it, you know, just freestyle it too.
I don't mean just the education of just making the music. I'm talking about like the business side, like the business side of music.
That's essential.
Like, you know,
that's essential.
Like a lot of artists that I deal with, bro, don't know what BMI is. Like the song that we did here earlier, I was asking the artist earlier, like you're registered, right?
Yeah.
Are you at least on DistroKid? Some of them are, some of them aren't. I want to make sure everybody gets paid from it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if we don't have the right business in place and we don't have the right things that we're signed up for and all that, I can't pay.
There's only so much you can do.
I think it's a process too, though. Like you don't want to. You don't want to tell somebody like, yo, you need to hurry up and get on DistroKid, and none of their
100%
music is
100%
supposed to be up there. You know, a lot of people
100%
beats, stolen beats.
Yeah.
Don't buy it.
Yeah.
Samples don't get cleared. Features don't get cleared. So
yeah.
But that also goes into the education of you will understand that you don't have to do that to make music, but if you're going to drop music and want to profit off of it and become a big artist, mainstream artist, if you would, you have to go do your due diligence.
Hell yeah.
Word up. That's what I'm saying.
With anything else, like you can't just walk into a kitchen, put an apron on, and become a chef. Like you need to understand cleaning procedures. You need to understand a lot of different aspects of the kitchen, not just food.
Yeah. If you're serious enough about your craft, you're just gonna do that shit. You're just gonna research and figure out how can I get paid and what are the different revenue streams? How much money can I get from, you know, all these different, like I said, revenue streams, masters, publishing, writer share. It's very important. And like I try to make sure the artists I work with on the albums, make sure you got ASCAP or BMI, make sure you got Sound Exchange, make sure you got Song Trust, and just try to get as much bread as you can. Cause it's like, why not? Why not have it registered just in case shit go viral? You already set up and you getting the money instead of trying to figure it out on the back end. You know, it's always tougher that way. So business first for me. Even when I work with the artists, I send them contracts through email. So like they already know what to expect, what the terms are, what the percentages are going to be before we even record one lyric. So it's like we already on the same time mental, and we get that figured out so we can just have fun from there on out. All the business is done. You know what I mean? Now we just rocking out. We rocking and rolling. You feel me?
That's a real good way to go about it. Artists, chat GBT, man. Use the shit for all of this type of stuff that we're talking about right now.
For sure.
Like, you can use it to ask it all these questions. If you want to learn the knowledge, or even just go into Google, you don't even need the chat bots. Just go to Google, type in all of this information, and you'll find it. You know, it's really just taking the time to go out and educate yourself. Like, because I know we all want to have fun and make the music, and we all want to blow up and make money and all that shit. But, like, if we don't know how to do it and we don't know the right way to do it, then how are you going to do it? Like, if you, like, putting your music out, how are they going to pay you if they don't know they're paying?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
for sure,
I think the education is definitely really important.
It's essential. Yeah, definitely.
So, well, we're coming towards the end here. What do you guys have up and coming, like, very soon that you want to?
I Am Jefe Beats just dropped, so that's for me, my everything right now. I'm pushing. Like I said, I'm trying to bridge the gap between 804 and 757, man. So, like I said, you're going to find some Virginia Beach artists, some Norfolk artists, some Richmond artists, Petersburg. So we're really trying to stretch out and just show what Virginia can do. Every year we coming harder, better beats, you know what I'm saying? Tweaking the engineering, making sure the mixes is fire. You know what I'm saying? And just really trying to create anthems and hits for Virginia. And like I said, it's for the long term. So really trying to create a catalog that people can enjoy and just, you know, put on a Jefe Beats catalog playlist and listen to it for 3-4 hours just because I got that much content. And not just putting out content, making sure it's good and it sounds good, and making sure everybody has a pocket and everybody has a song or a vibe that they can mess with. Like, you like 3 or 4 joints. I bet if when y'all two go listen to it, I don't know if y'all listen to it, y'all might find 2 or 3 different joints that y'all mess with. So really just trying to make sure everybody's included. And like I said, just show everybody what Virginia can do. We're not just in one box. There's so much diversity here, even outside of hip hop and rap, you know, pop and you know, different things like that. So really just trying to push that. I Am Jefe Beats. It's out now everywhere, and I just want to show the world what Virginia can do, man. So you see the album cover right there, and like I'll put doing something dope. And people always ask me like, "Yo, are you rapping on the beat? Are you rapping on any of the beats?" It's like, no, like
Go listen
I'm
and
not.
figure out.
Listen, I'm not rapping on it, but I'm starting a legacy though. Yeah. You don't see a lot of producers doing that. Shout out Metro Boomin. That's somebody on a global scale that I can kind of relate these to. Because what he does is basically put these albums together with different big artists, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be Travis Scott or whether it be Offset. It's all his beats. He's not rapping, but he's creating a legacy to where he has control. You know what I'm saying? So the producers are becoming more towards the forefront, really taking control instead of playing in the background. Like, no, I can be an artist too. I can move like an artist too. Yeah. And I can push my music. I might not be rapping on it, but it's my production and I A&R'd it. And, you know what I'm saying? Me and the artist put the song together. So that's how I'm going to push it. That's how I'm going to do it.
Yeah. You know, and I'm thinking, man, like, on my end over here doing, I don't want to say copying what you're doing, but starting to give more opportunity to artists like that, man.
Absolutely.
Because I think it's I mean, a lot of artists I've dealt with, I think they've earned an opportunity with, you know, all the time that they've spent over here and all this type of shit. And there's a lot of dope talent, man, that I'm around.
Yeah.
And it's just time, because just like you said, if I have control of it all, I don't see what the issue is.
And it makes it more fun that way too.
And I also love to make the music, but I hate recording shit. Like, recording itself, the process of recording myself, I hate it. So I'm fine with helping songwrite. I'm fine with, you know, coming up with melodies, making the beats, engineering it.
Okay.
Y'all want to do all the recording? Cool. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, because even with these that I'm going to be doing here, I'm going to release it. I'm going to have full control of how everything's going to go down. And now I know that the shit's going to go the way I need it to go for everybody to get paid equally from it. You know, and shit like that. And nobody's going to get fucked over and all that. That's how I want it to go. And, you know, that's definitely where I'm at. That's why I like being around other producers, man, because hearing other stories, bro, it's
inspirational, right? Yeah. It motivates me to go harder.
It definitely, because I know that we all go through a lot of similar shit, bro.
Yeah.
Or like we're all dealing with a lot of similar things, shit like that. So it's definitely always nice talking to you. Know what I'm saying? What you got coming up for this year, man? What are your big plans, bro?
The regular like music, shows, videos, etc. But honestly, one of my main goals right now is to become like a pillar of the music community in the area. As far as just being somebody that's known as, if you were to not know anything about music and you wanted to get started, I would hope that somebody would point you in my direction and say, not only is he good, he's willing to help.
Yeah.
And just also being somebody that's known for music. I don't want to be known for being popular. I don't want to be known for being flashy. I don't want to be known for much but music.
Right.
And be a good person while I do it, so that way I can attract more people to the music.
I respect that.
Word
I
up.
fuck with that.
Word up. That's law.
Damn right.
Because I feel like that's kind of what the scene's missing, in a sense to where like I said, I started engineering young, and I do reach out. I do contact other engineers in the area that I feel like, not looking for a handout, but do you offer a class? Is there any way, shape, or form that I could work with you so that way I could grow in this area and in this industry that we're trying to be in? And a lot of people are kind of against it to begin with, but I feel like instead of trying to beat a dead horse, just become the person I'm looking for. To become the person that can be there for the next person that wants to, that's in my shoes, or that's in the shoes that I was in.
100%. Y'all got some damn good mindsets, bro.
Appreciate
I
it.
respect y'all a lot, man.
Yeah,
It's my dog, bro.
Respect y'all a lot, bro.
appreciate you.
It really seems like y'all have some genuine hearts of what y'all want to do with the music and what your intentions are, you know, and in a rough world of music where this music industry is very, very fucking fucked up,
Cutthroat,
bro.
for sure.
Yeah.
It's cutthroat.
You know, it's nice to see motherfuckers really out here with genuine hearts with this shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we still around. You know,
Yeah.
we still here.
It's definitely inspirational with my journey over here of getting out of my own ego and out of my own head, you know?
Right. Definitely.
Because I've definitely already been doing that for the last few years, but it's still just one of those things, bro. I'm just one of those assholes, bro.
Yeah.
Being 100% honest, but I think it's because I just through experiences of getting fucked over.
Yeah.
It just kind of built me into that, but I just don't want to be that anymore. You know, I've done it for my personal life. Now I got to do it for my music and change how I do it too. You know, that's why I like talking to people like y'all and just around other creators who go through a lot of the same shit, man. Because we all know, we all just kind of know what it is.
Just clicks.
Part of why I like music, because I'm kind of an asshole, but music has always given me the ability to have something in common with people, have something to talk about, or have a reason to share a space with people. Now, like, I'm not gonna say, kind of like you said, like, oh, I'm cooped up in the studio and doing work, but music and shows, videos, events, the people that I meet in music give me the opportunity to be less of that, and step outside of that.
Damn right. Oh shit, man! Tell everybody where to find you guys.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. I am Jefe Beats. That's IAMJEFEBEATS. That's IAMJEFEBEATS, man. I am Jefe Beats. It's out on all platforms as well, man. Here's a picture of it just so you don't get it mixed up. And yeah, definitely follow me. Any artists want to work, send me a DM. I got beats ready for sale. And you know, we working on something different. We working on something new for next year and the coming months. So look out for new releases from me, whether it's a beat tape or another album. You never know. I might drop something soon on y'all guys. And you know, I'm also working, like I said, to start the DJing too. So I'm really just trying to put my foot in everything, man.
Kuatro Kash, Big Foe. You can find me on all platforms. Kuatro Kash, KUATRO KASH. Tweet at me, comment on a picture, DM me, and tell me I'm ugly. I'm gonna find you. Like, subscribe. I am Jefe Beats out now.
Go get that.
Watch more episodes of the A Chill podcast.
Yeah.
And go get you some money.
For sure.
And go listen to some of my music. Straight, it's gonna make you happy.
And if y'all looking for some dope shades too, shout out Ancient Brand, shout out Yaya. Y'all can use my code to get 15% off any accessories, any jewelry, any shades. The code is Jefe, JEFE, all caps. So if you're looking for some new shades for the summertime, go to Ancient Brand. Their Instagram is Ancient Brand. You can just type in my code, take a nice little discount off, man. Get you something fresh.
Shout Tomfoolery as well.
Absolutely.
Tomfoolery.
Absolutely. Shout out Tomfoolery, man.
Damn right. Plug it in, man. All right, man. Until next week, I appreciate everybody tuning in to A Chill It's Just
Thank you
podcast.
for having me.
Much love. Thank y'all for having us.
Damn right. I appreciate y'all for stopping by, man. Until next week,
It's a dope one.
thank you guys for being here as well.